XRP expected to reach $5 by June. After a recent period of lackluster trade, XRP is on the rise again. The token regained some of its lost luster earlier today, hitting $1.05 on several spot exchanges. XRP, on the other hand, quickly slid back down. While other cryptos aren't getting back to the game, XRP is on the lead. Why is that? Will it reach $5 by June? Make sure to keep on watching, because we have a special hidden surprise for you in today's video. Welcome back, XRP Army! This is the XRP place to be, to keep you informed on all XRP and Ripple updates. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to our channel. And let us know in the comments, how many XRP coins do you own? Please note that we are not any kind of financial advisor. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. Please make sure you do your own research before you invest. The sixth largest cryptocurrency in the industry is currently trading at $1.058, up 11.1% on June 1st. XRP has gained 8.67% in the last week. The asset's current market worth is $46.6 billion, and its 24-hour trading volume is $6.04 billion, 5.98 billion XRP. Ripple is a payment protocol that functions similarly to a payment system, money transfer network, and currency exchange. Digital currencies, fiat money, and commodities are all supported by the protocol. The protocol's internal cryptocurrency is XRP. Ryan Fugger was the first to announce the Ripple concept. It was in the year 2004. The real history of the protocol began in 2012, when Jed McCaleb and Chris Larsen took over the project. It wasn't even Ripple at the time, but OpenCoin. RippleNet is the name of the network, and Ripple XRP is the name of the crypto asset. On exchanges, it's commonly listed as XRP. The blockchain-like payment mechanism was first developed by a San Francisco-based business. It was established as a complement to the banking system's money transfers, not as a competitor. Its reputation among financial institutions expanded quickly, and the company soon claimed that it had received attention from major banks. It was to be expected, given that the system mandated low-fee, quick transfers all over the world. The majority of altcoins that have joined the market are intended to address issues that the founders believe would eventually limit the popularity of Bitcoin, the so-called king of cryptocurrency. Many have focused on Bitcoin's lack of scalability, such as Bitcoin Cash. Ripple, on the other hand, focuses on another aspect of cryptocurrency, its decentralization. Ripple was created to make it easier for centralized financial institutions to make payments, rather than giving a mechanism for merchants and investors to make transactions online without going via a centralized financial institution, which can be slow, possibly risky, and expensive. Companies throughout the world can execute hundreds of these transactions every day, making cross-border payments even slower and with far greater transaction costs than domestic payments. Ripple allows businesses to send and receive payments in Ripple XRP to avoid soaring transaction fees and unfavorable currency rates. It provides a globalized currency that avoids some of the issues that fiat currency and fully decentralized cryptos can have. Using the Xcurrent software package, banks use the protocol to make real-time cross-border transactions. Ripple XRP is also available to investors and traders at the same time. Traders can use cryptocurrencies to conduct business by trading on crypto exchanges or through brokers. For many years, the firm has maintained ties at the highest echelons of government and finance. Consider the World Bank, the European Central Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Economic Forum. What could possibly go wrong with wonderful reviews and prices from all sides? The price of XRP remained generally constant in 2020, with many medium-term bullish and bearish patterns. Following an upward trend at the start of the year, the price fell for a month, from February to March. The next positive trend began in July and ended less than a month later. The most significant increase occurred in November, when the price reached a high of $0.79. It's a fallacy to believe that something specific is hidden beneath these price changes. Because big Ripple trends are associated with Bitcoin price fluctuations, even Bitcoin halving can have an impact on the XRP price. The cryptocurrency market is following the primary market trajectory. Nonetheless, there were a few occurrences worth mentioning. The price direction of every asset is determined by investor mood. The Ripple supply/demand element is quite important. Gemma Caleb, the co-founder of Ripple, sold 54 million Ripples in April 2020. It's unsurprising that the price dropped after the event was made public. One of the biggest drivers of XRP's pricing is new agreements with major institutions. For example, India's largest bank, HDFC Bank Limited, joined RippleNet in August. Bank of America, the second largest bank in the United States, announced a deal with Ripple in November. Leading US exchanges like Coinbase and Binance declared support for Flare Network's impending Spark currency airdrop in December. The Flare airdrop occurred with 45 billion Spark tokens issued to XRP holders. The price of XRP rose in response to the announcement, but it was quickly adjusted. So, we've arrived at the most critical event that continues to affect Ripple. The SEC, a US stock market regulator, has filed a lawsuit against Ripple Inc. and its two top executives, CEO Brad Garlinghouse and founder Christian Larson. The restrictions in the United States are stringent. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, $1.3 billion in unregistered securities were sold in 2013. For as long as we can remember, there has been an old case looming over Ripple. Ripple has consistently stated that digital money is money, not security, because if they didn't, they'd have to follow a slew of different standards under American law. Many people are surprised that the US intends to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. Attorney Jeremy Hogan has claimed that a Ripple victory on the fair notice defense may save the sector from the SEC. From this point forward, it becomes a persuasive authority for any crypto firm that the SEC sues. If the fair notice defense holds up and Ripple prevails, the SEC will face a tough road in any subsequent litigation. But there's more to it than that. Ripple can appeal the decision even if they lose the fair notice defense. And if an appeal court rules that Judge Torres was incorrect and Ripple lacked fair notice, the SEC will be in serious difficulty, since that decision will be binding on any future crypto lawsuits. Ripple's intention to go public after the SEC litigation is resolved is no news, but CEO Brad Garlinghouse reiterated his plans in an interview at the Consensus 2021 conference. Ripple's chances of becoming a public corporation are very strong in my opinion. I believe that in the middle of an SEC case, when you know you need to finish it out and the SEC approves an S1, it's simpler to do that once you have closure, clarity, and the regulatory certainty you've been looking for. On a recent results presentation call, SBI Group CEO Yoshitaka Kitao, who also serves on Ripple's board of directors, shared similar sentiments, adding that the IPO would pay off their investment. And when they become public, it will completely transform the game. They'll most likely reach $5 by the end of June, but who knows? Time for the surprise quick quiz that y'all been waiting for. How many XRP coins are there in circulation? A. 35.3 billion tokens. B. 45.404 billion tokens. C. 55.405 billion tokens. Let us know in the comments below what you think the answer is. And make sure to watch till the end for the right answer. The price of XRP continues to consolidate, with no clear indication of where it'll go next. Ripple's fate could be determined by two major obstacles. The 104-hour Simple Moving Average SMA is currently tussling with the XRP price at $1.094, which is also the lower limit of the supply zone. As a result, investors should expect Ripple to fall 10% into the demand zone, which runs from $0.948 to $0.985. Surprisingly, the 54-hour SMA at $0.942 is quite close to the level stated above. Thus, any XRP price drop here will almost certainly be wiped out, allowing buyers to jumpstart a move higher. Following the brief downturn, the price of XRP may rise to $1.094, the 104-hour SMA. Buyers will be able to conquer the supply zone and propel prices upward if this level is successfully breached. The price of XRP will only confirm a breakout if it closes decisively above $1.183. The bulls will be able to carry the remittance token back to the 204-hour SMA at $1.293, allowing them to retest the 204-hour SMA. On the other hand, if the XRP price fails to hold above $0.934, the bullish narrative will be debunked. A surge in selling pressure will pave the way for a decline of 9% to $0.84. In 5 to 10 years, how much will Ripple be worth? It's a tough question that can't be answered right away because forecasts are only estimates. You never know what the price will be tomorrow. Is it possible to forecast what the world would look like in 5 to 10 years? As a result, staying up to date on Ripple news is essential. Then you'll be aware of the project's and community's activities. Check which developments are planned, which collaborators they're working on or already have, how they work with the community, and other criteria to have a good grasp of the blockchain projects. Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse predicted that the cryptocurrency industry's Amazon would be Ripple by 2025. Going back to the question, how many XRP coins are there in circulation? The answer to the question is B, 45.404 billion tokens. With that, we've come to the end of our video. How many XRP coins do you own? Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time at XRP Lab.